For project 6-3, we're going to use the Fine Art worksheet within the Lesson 6 workbook. Looks like this. So let's first merge and center the title. So if you click and drag from A1 to E1 and then click the merge and center button. And then we're going to do apply some formatting to the title here. Let's change the font to Calibri Light. So instead of Calibri, we'll change it to Calibri Light, and we'll change the font size to 16 point. You can either hit the drop down like this, or sometimes I like to just hit the up arrow right here for font to 16, and let's make it a blue color. So here's the font color. Blues, the regular colors, most of the regular colors are down here on the bottom. So blue is this one right here. So make sure it says blue and then click on it. Okay, let's go to the next row, A2 to E2, the column headings, and let's format those a little bit. Let's center and italicize them. So center alignment and italics to just set them apart a little bit from the other information from the data. Now let's widen column C. There is not enough room here for our data, and so let's come up here and we can click and drag or double click and it automatically resizes to the longest entry in that column. Okay, let's here's a new thing, wrap text. So if this right here, enrollment date, is kind of a long title, let's sometimes we can choose to wrap that text and have date be on the bottom of enrollment. So there's a few different ways to do that. Maybe the best way is to click on it and click this button right here, wrap text, and it doesn't do much yet, but if we now resize the column to fit the dates, now enrollment is there but the data is gone, and so what we need to do is also resize this column or the row heading of row 2. We're going to make it a little bit bigger, and so we'll just double click on that and it recognizes that there's something else down there and it will automatically resize it. So that's wrapping the text. So now it says enrollment date, one on top of the other. Makes it look a little nicer depending on what you want. Okay, let's format row 2. No, let's see. Let's select E3 through E12. And we're it looks a little messy here since some are whole numbers and some have lots of decimal points. We're just going to make it more uniform and make it have 2 decimal points only. So we're going to come up here and click the decrease decimal until we get just 2. The other way to do that is to go into the format, the dialog box for number, and under number right here there's decimal places and we can just select how many decimal places we want. So either way works. Now that they look a little more uniform. And the last thing we'll do is decrease that column. Since we got rid of a bunch of space and decimal places, let's decrease the column. We could double click on it or just decrease it, or click and drag and make it the size that we want. And that's it for this one.